Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Monday edition of Morning Scone, presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Parish Construction and Roofing. If you need an orthopedist, you go to Brock. You need a roof, you call Parish. Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com, Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com. And On Fire Athletes platform powered by Gamecoin. Forgive me, y'all, a little tardy this morning because as I was getting ready to start the show, we got word that the New Orleans Saints have acquired former LSU Tiger Davon Godchaux via trade with the New England Patriots. So had to hurry and get that posted quite quickly. So that's why we're a few minutes late here. But I love the trade. Remember, the Saints under new defensive coordinator Brandon Staley are they're moving very likely to a 3-4. And so you look at a player like Godchaux, and it's a big interior player, which is so interesting because Godchaux, when he was in high school at Plaquemine, was a defensive end. And I remember his story very clearly because he was a guy who tore his ACL as a senior in high school, and then came to LSU, moved inside, and as a freshman on that 2014 team was starting at defensive tackle, having been a high school end who kicked inside. It was really interesting. It also showed you how thin they were on the defensive line in 2014. But Godchaux, of course, ended up having a really good career, and and at LSU, and has gone on to have a good long NFL career as well. So, but he is listed right now. No, I saw this just a bit ago. He's listed at 6'3", 330. So he is a big old interior player, very, very different from what he was when he played in high school and when he played at LSU. So you're talking about a big time interior player who will fit the 3-4 as that sort of run stuffer in the middle. Now, the Saints also gave up a 7th round pick for him. So, by the way, a 2026 7th round pick. So, not even this year 7, next year 7, the 2026 7th round pick. So, you give up a future asset for someone that helps you now transition to the new defense, and it's an LSU guy, so there's going to be a lot of fan interest there, so I like it. Okay, y'all, please smash the like button if you would. Subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. As always, thanks so much for being there with us. We appreciate it. Let's see. Boom, boom. Do a couple of these things. I will say some good mornings here in just a quick second. Again, my apologies for that we're a few minutes late here getting started. If you're just joining us, we got word just a little bit ago, like within the last hour, that the Saints have acquired Davon Godchaux from the New England Patriots. So the NFL's legal tampering period for free agency begins today. So so you're going to hear a lot. You should be hearing a lot of NFL news today regarding free agents and who might be available and all that sort of stuff. So be on the lookout. Wow, this download. Anyway, okay, let's say some good mornings here. We'll move a little quickly, especially since we were late getting started. So thanks for being there, y'all. There it is. Sorry, I'm trying to get my thumbnail for, again, we're a little hectic here. We'll get to go through my, and boom, there we go. Okay. Hey, Brett, good morning. Kelly Gross, good morning. Tiger Diver, Tiger Poppy, Thomas, good morning. Rooney, good morning. Blockbuster trade. I don't know if I would consider that a blockbuster trade, but it is certainly relevant here because it's involves with the New Orleans Saints and a former LSU Tiger. Now, if you're talking about Geno Smith and DK Metcalf being traded. That I do believe that is really interesting. That the Steelers have gotten DK Metcalf. And sorry, I thought I just saw something else. And Geno Smith being traded to the Raiders, obviously. Probably, I can't say definitively, but probably means the Raiders at 6 won't be taking a quarterback. Hey, Bubba Smith, good morning. Brian Wynn, good morning. Brian Penton, good morning from Columbia, Louisiana. Caleb Fall, good morning. How would you compare Shores to Jump after Tommy John has given up hits but managed runs, made good pitches, was unlucky at times? You know, the interesting thing, if you're watching that game yesterday, I think in his final line, he ended up giving up 9 hits. Shores did. Man, it sure didn't look like anything was hit hard against him. You know what I mean? Like if you're watching the game, it was a lot of bleeders and CNI singles. And I'm going to tell you the thing that kind of annoys me. I mentioned this in Locked On. Let's see. Shores 5 innings, 2 runs on 9 hits. Struck out 4, walked 2. There were 2 times in that third inning when they got 2 runs where Shores made good pitches and got ground balls, but LSU defensively had shifted and they basically hit opposite the shift. Little slow rollers and bleeders that got through, and because you were shifted, instead of a tailor-made ground ball double play, guy making his pitch, the inning extends. Well, not only does the inning extend, but then he's got to throw more pitches, and that shortens his day and all that sort of stuff. So I thought Shores was fine yesterday. I can live with 2 walks in 5 innings. Again, the 9 hits in 5 innings looks gaudy. His whip isn't going to be very good, but I think he made some really good pitches yesterday, and they didn't hit him particularly hard. But I'll say this again. It's very rare that you have a number 3, especially a number 3 that is 6'8" and throws 100. So your comp was to Jump, very different because Jump was a lefty, and it was a hard throwing lefty. You know, it's different when you're talking about a guy that's 6'8" and has to cork and unwind, but stylistically very different. Hey, Brad, good morning. Rocky, good morning. Reed Rule, good morning. Any free agent linebackers the Saints should look at? I don't know, Reed. I mean, probably not. Remember, you drafted Ford a year ago, and you still got Warner and Demario Davis under contract. That's probably not the spot you're looking. Just quite honestly, probably not the spot you're looking. Who Dat Tigers, good morning. Jesse Brown, good morning. Like the trade the Saints made. DT was in need. Not just defensive tackle, like a big, because if you're moving again to a 3-4 under Staley, you don't have a nose, right? What you have is Colin Saunders and Nathan Shepard, the 2 guys you acquired a couple of seasons ago. And then you got Brian Brzee. Now, it'll be interesting to see, does Brzee play the zero technique, or is he sort of like a 3-4 end, which he may be in this defense? So that's going to be interesting to see. Okay, let me not forget here.
Parrish Construction and Roofing. At Parrish, we've got you covered. From the top of your roof, all the way down. Parrish Construction and Roofing. Parrish built. Parrish built. Parrish built. From your hometown. ParrishBuilt.com.
Okay. We only got 5 more minutes. My apologies for that, by the way. Erica last night. So apparently she's sitting here in the dining room, and a roach was crawling across the floor. And instead of killing it, she took a pot lid and just put it over the roach. And so the roach has been sitting under this pot lid all night long. And Erica, she's like, there's a roach under there. Would you get? I'm like, why wouldn't you just take your shoe and just, man, it would. So I'm looking. It's one of those clear lids, so I can see the roach. Anybody else wife do that? That's crazy. All right. Let's see. Let's get a few more in here while we got time. Oh man. Hey Brett, good morning. What's with Carr's restructure? 59 million. Dead hit 26. What's the hit if he's on the team? Is that the final year we owe money? So it flips, Brett. So the 59 million dead hit next year, but it's a 69 million cap hit if he's on the team. So this could be structure-wise the last year that Carr's in New Orleans, but if it is, then next year he's got a $59 million dead cap hit. And no, that's not the last year that you would owe Carr money because again, the way that works is the more you keep doing restructures, you keep moving more money into future years. So in 2026, again, if you move on after this year, in 26, the dead cap number is 59 million. Then in 2027, the dead cap number is 40 million. So now what you're going to say is, well, the cap keeps going up, so that matters less. But sure, but that's $40 million of your cap that you can't go spend on players to be on your team because you have it tied up with someone who wouldn't be on your team anymore. That's the nature of bad deals. And that is what is absolutely crippling this organization. Hey, Jeremy, good morning. Let's see. I want Joe Milton from the Pats. Hey, Dale, headed to watch the Tigers golf team. Okay, man. Enjoy. Eli, good morning. Have you seen reports that Carr wanted to test free agency? So Cat Terrell said reported that he was open to it. It doesn't mean he wanted to leave, but he was open to that possibility. So you had to have a situation where the Saints were going to be willing to move on. And for New Orleans financially, this year, this is the best move this year. But that's why they keep looking at it 1 year at a time. And that's why they're never, ever going to win because they don't have a long-term vision. Hey, Trivia, good morning. David Coslin, good morning. Michael Zarang, good morning. Lowell Cormier, good morning. Hey, Linda, not happy with Carr's restructuring. Going from 52 cap hit this year to 59 next is insane. Should have been closer to 45. Free up some cap space to rules. Thank you, Linda. Appreciate that. And you can't restructure like that to say just to make it 45 just because. Like, if you're restructuring, you're converting salary into a signing bonus. So you're taking that salary and flipping it to a signing bonus and kicking the cap hit into future years. You can't just arbitrarily say we're going to make it 45 million. Hey, Quentin, good morning. Michael, I always get notification when you started. What time you usually start? So, Michael, usually we start at 7:15. Now, that's my target every day. Some days the morning gets, everybody has mornings and things, so sometimes we're a little late. Today we were just late because we had the breaking news about Davon Godchaux, and I had to get that published at LouisianaSports.net. So please go read that story at LouisianaSports.net and everything there because it's always free. Brad, do you think 2014 was Miles' worst team at LSU? 2014 or 2008? 2008 they were 7-5, but won the bowl game. Hey, Ronnie, good morning. Austin, good morning. Have a great week. James McKinney, good morning. Greg Carter, any free agent targets you want the Saints to target? It's so hard to say because they don't have money to spend. I wish I could give you a name, but I think they have to go get receiver help. That's going to be a challenge, though. Anyway, I'll work on that today for AFR, and I'll give you names tomorrow. Hey, Aaron, good morning. Robbie Rome, good morning. Rocky, good morning. George pitched out of jams. Good to see. I thought he was fine yesterday. Hey, Jeff, good morning. Let's see if I get maybe a couple more in before I got to bounce. Hey, Caleb, want to say thanks for the content. Thank you. Started listening to LSU Daily, live in Alabama. Graduate morning Scone locked on an AFR to move to BR. Thank you, Caleb. I appreciate that greatly, man. Appreciate you very much for being there. Yeah, man. And welcome to BR. Saints Pels Chop It Up podcast. Morning, Matt. What position do you see the Saints potentially targeting in free agency? They need a left guard. They need to decide what to do at tight end. Either you're going to resign Juwan Johnson or you're going to probably go sign a tight end in free agency. A lot of it depends on your ability to keep your own players, right? Are you able to re-sign Paulson Debo? Are you able to re-sign Juwan Johnson? But it's just so hard when you don't have money to spend to think they're going to go be spenders. They're going to try. It really feels like it's going to be more re-sign your own free agents and try to do work in the draft. All right, I got to get going. Patrick, wife's birthday today. All right, man. Well, happy birthday to your wife. Hope it is an awesome day. Just got on. How do you feel about the trade? I think it's exactly what you need to be doing. You have a veteran player who fits the mold of your new defense, who you got in an inexpensive trade, a 2026 seventh round pick. I like it. I mean, and I love that it's Godchaux, but I like what they did. I'm not delusional. I think Godchaux is going to come here and all of a sudden be an all-pro, but it's a veteran player at a position of need that you got inexpensively. I like it. Okay, I got to bounce y'all. My apologies. Locked on LSU is already live. We'll see you for AFR 3.